Hi, I'm Chris Pyle with Northhaven Gardens, here to show you some basics about planting irises. If you're just starting some brand new bulbs, you're going to need some basics. One, of course, would be the irises. There's multiple different varieties of these. Right here we have this Royal Highness, which is a rebloomer. This could potentially bloom again in the fall, as well as the spring, which is when irises typically bloom. It's also fragrant. It's important to know when planting your irises to get good, fairly firm bulbs. Don't want to be soft or squishy. They can have some growth at the front of them, like this specimen, or be mostly just a green leaf with a few root nubs here. That's perfectly fine as well. Just want it to be good and firm. With irises, you always want to make sure, for best results, you soak these in a bucket of water for at least 30 minutes, preferably longer, up to a couple of hours, to make sure these bulbs have had a chance to soften up and absorb some water, where it's a little bit easier for them to come out and grow in the ground. You want to generally spread open an area, roughly about a foot and a half wide if you're planting multiples especially. We often recommend planting these in little groups to give you best results. With irises, if you don't have a high amount of organic matter in your soil, you would want to add some compost like we have here. However, this bed is very enriched, so we should be in pretty good shape here. Irises are very picky about drainage, so you'd always want to make sure you have something to improve your drainage with. Usually, for most Texas soils, that's going to be expanded shale. We've got plenty of that here. Taking a bit of that, put it around to the area, work it in a bit. That way the iris doesn't sit in heavy clay, especially if you have a heavy clay soil like most of the Dallas region. You want to make sure that's admitted to be a little bit better for it. When you get the irises, face them forward towards the direction you want to plant them in. Lightly cover them, leaving the back of the bulb just barely exposed. Sometimes an iris will get a little top heavy, and you can take one of these pens and push it in to hold it in place so it doesn't blow over in the wind. After that, you can simply apply a layer of mulch around it, water it, and usually recommend planting these in groups of 3s and away from each other. That way they can begin to move away. That's kind of the basics of getting them started. For more information, come on in and see us, or you can check out our iris handout online at nhg.com. Chris Pyle for Northhaven Gardens. Thanks.